And every hearing in crypto will be important because that's the only clarity we will get. So if we get it in writing, like the judge said today, that this decision is only about when the LBRY sold to a specific person on a specific day, the token's not a security, and secondary market sales are not in play. But tell me how I can now do this and comply. And the answer is...
That's why I talked about the political theater. I think when we're talking about digital asset public policy, we need to recognize there's a significant of theater that we're watching unfold right before our eyes. On one hand, Senator Elizabeth Warren has had a very successful career as a hardball advocate, particularly for consumers, and a lot of people respect her for that. But then when it comes to crypto, it's very difficult to understand whose side is she really on, who is she actually protecting.
Enjoy the ride, pal.
If you got some bags, welcome to the party. Welcome back to some more Moon O'Clock news. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra. Foolishness. Shout out to the latest sub. Appreciate you stopping by, stuffing some bags. Go ahead, throw on those moon suits, those pilot shades. Buckle up, because the future's extra. Foolish. Let's go full speed, full throttle into the cryptoverse. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today, 1.09 trillion, up about 2.2% in the past 24 hours. We had XRP currently in the number 6 spot, 41 cents, up about 3.5% in the past 24 hours. Stellar, 9 cents, up about 2.3. BTC, 23K. ETH, right around 15, 16 hundo. We got Flare Networks, right around 4.5 cents. Songbird, still right around 1 cent. Monica Long says, we heard your feedback for the XRPL related data. Check out the new on-chain activities such as DEX volume, trust lines, and more stats in our latest XRP markets report. On-demand liquidity, Ripple's crypto-enabled cross-border payment solution launched in France, Sweden, and Africa, now available in nearly 40 payout markets. Total XRP sales by Ripple's net of purchases were 226 million versus 310 the previous quarter. Persist released the first phase of the Ethereum virtual machine sidechain for the XRP ledger on DevNet, which allows DeFi applications like Uniswap, Aave, Compound to easily launch on the XRP ledger. By the end of Q4 2022, XRP spot markets experience a general downtrend by the way of average daily volumes, currently at a rough 700 million, down from 1.1 billion in Q1 2022. In 2023, stablecoin regulation will likely be a top priority, and in the US, Ripple expects major bills from the last term to be reintroduced. After 2 years of fighting this lawsuit on behalf of the entire crypto industry and American innovation, the case is fully briefed, and Ripple is proud of his defense and feels more confident than ever as it awaits the judge's decision. Decision timing is in the judge's hands, but the company is hopeful to see a ruling in 2023. And we got the XRPL on-chain activity. Transactions up from Q3. We got XRP burned, average cost per transaction, average XRP closing and price, volume on the DEX, trust lines, number of new wallets, XRP, the Ripple net. Ripple's Q4 2022 XRP markets report is out. Here's a breakdown of all the Ripple sales and purchases since 2018. Steady growth of on-demand liquidity related sales attributed to the growth and adoption of on-demand liquidity. XRP coming faster than Usain Bolt. Federated sidechains allows devs to launch new features and innovate applications using the foundation of the XRP ledger without compromising the speed, efficiency, and throughput of the public mainnet. XRP interoperability will be key. LBRY hearing the stakes for all crypto. John Deaton.
If you think we're getting regulations from Congress soon, then this hearing's irrelevant, right? Because Congress will give us our clarity. If we're not going to get any clarity from Congress, there's not going to be some legislation that says something that defines a security or not a security, if the CFTC has it or whoever. If we're not going to get that for a couple of years, then this hearing was extremely important. And every hearing in crypto will be important because that's the only clarity we will get. So if we get it in writing, like the judge said today, that this decision is only about when the LBRY sold to a specific person on a specific day, the token's not a security, and secondary market sales are not in play because there are people using this technology, that is a huge victory. Because if the way it was today before the hearing, it's vague. We could argue it either way, and the SEC is certainly going to argue. Imagine what Gensler is going to say. And now if we get the opposite, that takes that uncertainty out of the equation, and we know that secondary market sales are not in play from that kind of decision. So,
Gary, you still there? Not just one Ripple CBDC team member, I am now joined by our VP. Do you have your tickets? EB Blockchain Con, European Blockchain Convention. Exciting announcement, James Wallace, VP of Ripple X, Central Bank Engagement, and CBDCs as Ripple, will be speaking at the 2023 edition. James Wallace, VP of Ripple X. Cindy Young, banks are no longer questioning whether they require a crypto strategy, but are instead asking themselves what their crypto strategy should be. Read my take on crypto in 2023, including CBDCs, my Finance Monthly Magazine, February issue. LBRY community says, absolute fire, a fight to the end, grateful for all you.
That when that transcript is released, you saw a little bit of it tonight. When it's released, it should go to every one of the senators and congressmen on the banking committees and the Financial Services Committee, because it is powerful. It is an American entrepreneur standing up and saying, okay, we lost, I'll accept it, but tell me how I can now do this and comply. And the answer is, we don't give guidance. And so everybody have a good night.
LBRY.com says many are calling yesterday a victory for LBRY, but we haven't won yet. It doesn't matter if the judge says the LBC is not a security, if third parties, exchanges, etc. are still too terrified of the SEC to work with it. That's the real test. We sold 12 million in tokens, 4.3 was spent on legal fees, and 2 million was paid in taxes, factoring in another 1 to 2 million in employee time to produce all the SEC documents. Easily half and as much as 3/4 of income was spent attempting to comply with our own government. Drain the swamp. Free the crypto. Eleanor Terrace says new regulations by enforcement is not going away anytime soon, according to a new report. In 2022, U.S. regulators, the SEC, CFTC, FinCEN, broke the previous crypto enforcement records by announcing a combined 58 enforcement actions. The SEC Gov announced 30, more than any other regulator in the world. CFTC increases crypto enforcement activity by 73% compared to 2021. Meanwhile, state regulators announced 112 enforcement actions last year, nearly doubling the number of federal ones. U.S. regulators broke the crypto enforcement records in 2022. Looks like they're coming for those bags. From 2013 to 2022, the 4 federal agencies have imposed a combined $3.6 billion in fees against crypto market participants. The majority of these penalties, $3.4 billion, have been issued by the SEC and CFTC regulation by enforcement. Digital asset investor says watch Perianne DC and Digital Chamber call out Senator Warren and Gary Gensler. She's 1000% correct. Congress, when's that new day coming again?
Yeah, so as a former congressional staffer, it is normal for the congressional offices to coordinate over email in advance of the head of an agency coming in for an oversight hearing. So that coordination happens, but it shouldn't be happening at this level. Verbatim questions. She even asked, please let us know if these questions are okay. Are you okay with these questions? Congress has a critical role to provide oversight of the regulators. And who is in charge here? It really undermines her credibility as someone who's supposed to provide oversight over the SEC.
It almost sounds like your issue is not so much as with her guiding Gensler, but with Gensler potentially guiding her. Is that correct?
It definitely gives the appearance of that. And that's why I talked about the political theater. I think when we're talking about digital asset public policy, we need to recognize there's a significant of theater that we're watching unfold right before our eyes. On one hand, Senator Elizabeth Warren has had a very successful career as a hardball advocate, particularly for consumers, and a lot of people respect her for that. But then when it comes to crypto, it's very difficult to understand whose side is she really on, who is she actually protecting. And now there's this revelation that there's all this coordination happening with the regulator behind the scenes. How is that? How is that oversight? I mean, what's the big deal? The entire crypto industry. I mean, the SEC has really stood in the way of this industry being able to move forward. On one hand, you have policymakers like Elizabeth Warren who are saying we need better investor protections, we need better consumer protections for people who are involved in the cryptocurrency space. Well, if that's the case, why has the SEC for 10 years blocked every application for a spot Bitcoin ETF to come to market? Why do we have a futures ETF and not a spot ETF? Why is the SEC holding this asset class to a different standard than every other commodity market that does have spot Bitcoin ETFs? These are the types of questions that Senator Warren should be asking of the SEC. Instead, she's given him a free pass.
Who's pulling all the strings? Welcome to the show, but the show is almost over. The Clown Theater, we got the evidence. Get those jumpsuits. Get those jail cells ready. Precision trader XRP should not go very far on this wave. I'm targeting 0.5 fib on the XRP at 40 cents, or when BTC reaches wave B at 23.2K. This chart is just to show the local resistance before we come down for the wave C on BTC into our next XRP buy targets. We are not at sell levels. BPM Wallet says, did you know you can benefit from increased yields by staking a BPM Reveler NFT alongside your BPM on our newly released BPM Rewards Hub? If you didn't know, pending rewards now dropping. Hit the link down below, bpmrewards.io. And with that being said, Bagman and Bag Ladies, an important message from our supporters to the SEC. We got the evidence. Drain the swamp. Free the standard.
Fuck the SEC! Fuck the SEC! Fuck the SEC!
Where will you be when the clown show finally gets melted away and the truth is finally unlocked? Catch you up here at the tippy top. I am the XRP Bagman, the Moon Commander, currently up here on the mothership, stuffing some bags and enjoying the show. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in, smashing those likes for some more Moon O'Clock news. Hope y'all continue to stay extra bullish out there. Continue holding those good vibes. Remember to sell the FUD. Buy up that bag. Don't forget to spread that liquid love. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to drop a subscribe. Drop a comment down below. All the OG diamond hands out there, drop a comment down below and drop an elbow on that like button from the top rope. We'll catch you up here on the mothership for the moon party. BYOB. Bring your own bags. Peace out, Crypto Ghost.
Let's ride it. Not who you believe. Let's ride it. Not who you believe. After SEC. After SEC. Not who you believe. Not who you believe. When we rock it off, you gon' see. When we rock it off, you gon' see.